What's up, everybody? I'm Dave, and today is your very first guitar lesson. This is Introduction to the Guitar. This here is a guitar. It's an acoustic guitar. It's not an acoustic electric. It is just simply an acoustic guitar. All right, no electric ports, no anything. All right, and these are the parts to the guitar. This is the body of the guitar. Okay, this whole thing right here. This right here is called the sound hole. This right here is the
bridge.
This piece coming along right here is
the saddle.
These are the pegs. These are strings. Okay? This right here is a pick guard. All right? We already mentioned the sound hole. Let's see here. This is the fretboard. These little metal things right here, these are frets. Okay? These little dots, they're fret markers. And if you turn the guitar this way, you'll see them over here as well. So that way when you're playing standing up or sitting down, you can look here and see where the frets are. This is the head of the guitar. These are machine heads or tuning pegs. Okay? This right here coming across, that is called the nut. All right? Pretty sure I covered anything. If I didn't, then the internet will let me know. All right? These little things back here, these are to hold your guitar strap. I do not have one to demonstrate that for you, but that is what that is. Okay? So, now that we have an understanding of what you are holding, now let's get down to business. These strings, you have E, all right, on both top and bottom, E and E, okay? And then from here, this is actually considered the top, this is considered the bottom, okay? So everything's kind of reversed because you're saying high and low, high, low, okay? You just always have to remember that when thinking about music. High, low. It's not high, low, it's high, low. It's about sound, okay? So this would be the top, and this would be the bottom, all right? This would be going up, this would be going down, okay? So you have E, B, G, D, A, E. And the way I remember that is every boy goes down Avenue 8. All right? Big E, little e, every boy goes down Avenue 8. All right? All right, so now that you know what the strings are, E, B, G, D, A, E, right? Now we need to understand the progression of the notes, okay? So if we start with E, E and B do not have sharps, okay? There's not a sharp. A sharp is I think if I'm wrong, internet will correct me, but a sharp is a half note above the note, and a flat is a half note below the note. It can be a note can be a sharp or a flat depending on which way you go. I'm not trying to confuse, all right? I'm actually confusing myself a little bit, but that's okay. So what you have is, say with E, that is an E, all right? After E, there is no E sharp, there's F, okay? But after F, there is an F sharp. That's F sharp, okay? And then you have G, then you have G sharp, and then it starts all over again because it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right? So now you have G sharp and you have A sharp, B, and remember B does not have a sharp. C sharp, D sharp, and then now we're back to E, and E does not have a sharp. So now when you go backwards, you're talking about flats instead of sharps. So you have E, then E flat, D, D flat, C, C flat, which is also B. So B doesn't have a sharp, therefore B is also C flat, okay? So then you go B flat, A flat, G, G flat, D, and then D flat is the same as E. And yes, that took a little bit of brain work there. I never go backwards. I just don't count backwards, you know, or alphabet backwards. That's okay. It's all a learning process, it's all a learning process for everybody involved. So that gives you the basics of the guitar. All the parts, pieces, components. It tells you what the strings are, the notes up and down the neck, and gives you a real basic idea of what's going on. Once you have an understanding of that, then now you're really ready to move on to chords, chord positioning, and whatnot. So just so you know, the next step will be bar chords. Yep. I'll see you next time. Episode 2.